and welcome to What is Crypto? I am your host, Crypto Shetty. In today's video, we'll be discussing what is OlympusDao? Where does it come from? How does it work? What use cases does it have? And what future does it have in the crypto space? This is not financial advice, so please do your due diligence on researching everything you put your money into. Before we dive in, let's do a quick history lesson to understand where the concept for the project came from. For people just entering into the crypto sphere, we've noticed that they tend to gravitate towards coins that are backed by the dollar, due to their stability of not going up and down in price action and the feeling of safety and security of it being attached to the dollar that we are familiar with. Unfortunately, one thing that is not considered when doing this is that the dollar itself depreciates. So in turn, the price of the chosen dollar-backed stablecoin also depreciates. So how do we solve this issue? OlympusDao, or commonly referred to as OHM, is a free-floating reserve currency backed by decentralized assets, similar to the idea of the gold standard. What is the gold standard? Back in 1933, Roosevelt ordered all gold coins and gold certificates in nominations of more than $100 turned in for dollar bills. Then in turn, all paper dollars were then backed by gold. Unfortunately, that is not the case anymore, as the gold standard was changed in 1976 when inflation, stagflation, and depleting gold stockpiles decoupled the dollar from gold. So how does OlympusDao work exactly? This is going to be a little more technical than other coins I've covered, but I will try to simplify it best I can. By focusing on supply growth rather than price appreciation, OHM hope is that it can function as a currency that is able to hold its purchasing power, regardless of market volatility. OHM aspires to be a reserve currency backed by other decentralized assets. Each OHM is currently backed by one DAI, which is one of the most used stablecoins that is backed by ETH. Because the Treasury backs every OHM with at least one DAI, the protocol would buy back and burn or destroy OHM when it trades below one DAI. This has the effect of pushing OHM price back up to one DAI, with the restriction of supply circulation, giving the effect that OHM could always trade above one DAI. The opposite is also true. When OHM trades above one DAI, the protocol then releases more OHM into the sphere, essentially balancing it out and again making the 1-to-1 ratio of OHM to DAI. OlympusDao consists of its protocol-managed treasury, liquidity pool, bond mechanism, and staking rewards that are designed to control supply expansion. By using bond sales, it generates profit for the protocol, and the treasury uses the profit to mint Olympus and distribute them to stakers. As the protocol controls the funds in its treasury, Olympus can only be minted or burned by the protocol. This also guarantees that the protocol can always back one Olympus with one DAI. You can feel more confident in your investment in Olympus because the protocol will indefinitely buy Olympus below one DAI with the treasury assets until no one is left to sell. This means the stakers can feel secure that the current staking APY can be sustained for a longer term because more funds are available in the treasury. So what is the difference between staking and bonding? There are different ways to acquire Olympus rewards. You can stake or create a bond. Staking is when you lock up your Olympus tokens, essentially saying you're not going to sell them, and you are then rewarded the standing APY. This is a passive, long-term strategy. Bonding is the second means of acquiring Olympus. When you buy a bond, you buy it at a discounted price from the normal market price, and then you can hold or sell. You can redeem your bond at your leisure, but bonds are only fully redeemable every 5 days. So why is Olympus so attractive to people and creating such a buzz? Olympus' current APY at the recording of this video is 8,372, meaning the Olympus you invest in will be giving a return annual rate of 8,372. Now this fluctuates depending on the price of Olympus. If people sell it, it goes up, and if people buy it, it goes down. I know this is a complicated protocol, and there's a lot of mathematical equations they go over in their white paper explaining all this in detail. If you want to check it out, I have linked it in the description box below. So how does OlympusDao have a future in the crypto space? Olympus is a long-term game. Those who be patient and wait will be rewarded, no different than your savings account at your bank, but at a much, much higher rate. As illustrated, your Olympus balance will grow exponentially over time thanks to the power of compounding. But what are their future plans? Olympus is developing what is called OlympusPro. OlympusPro is a service for protocols looking to utilize bonds in their emissions programs with low overhead and maximum impact. Through bonds, protocols can accumulate the crucial infrastructural liquidity that they generally service via liquidity mining. Instead of renting that liquidity, often at astronomical interest rates, they simply purchase it, turning a value-draining perpetual expense into a revenue-producing asset that facilitates the functionality of the rest of the platform. You may be thinking, this sounds great for new projects, but how does this benefit Olympus? OlympusPro will gain value for Olympus in two different ways. 1. Fees. By executing fees at a flat rate of 3.3% via bond payouts. 2. Utility. The end goal of OlympusPro services is to promote Olympus as a treasury asset and liquidity pair token for other protocols. OlympusPro is just another step towards cementing Olympus as crypto's reserve currency in the cryptosphere. With that in mind, if you're looking for a long-term investment, I would look into Olympus. This coin is not just a win-moon coin as it stands, it is a viable means of a long-term investment and alternative to dollar-backed stablecoins. If you're interested in more videos on specific coins, please like and subscribe. I am your host, Crypto Shadi. Thank you for watching.